Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting for the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It is 11:09 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour, and we are going to delve deep tonight. How are you all doing? I've heard that there's been a hurricane in Florida, is that right? We're going to look into that. We're going to look into major events, global events. We're going to look into political predictions tonight. And we are going to delve deep to what is going on with Keir Starmer and behind the scenes in Parliament. How are you all doing? I want to say good evening to Twitchers, to YouTube. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your Psychic LG reporting live from Newcastle upon Tyne, UK at Underground. How are you all doing? It's all whizzing in now. Hiya Teddy, Stello, Graham, Rosalina, hello there. In Italy, Roma. Has it been warm over there today? Hazeltine, we had the hurricane of all the way up from Florida, I've heard. Sending you healing and blessings to everybody, and I hope nobody's been too impacted by the hurricane. And there's been some people have been impacted, but I hope not too many. It's weak summer just last week. Okay, are you in Australia, I believe then? Because in the UK of the North, we are heading towards the winter. It's been quite a cold day today. I'm doing good, thank you. So mum's okay, thank you. Everything's, she's walking around on her Zimmer frame and she's doing good, thank you. You can't see me live on Twitch. You should be able to. I've got Twitchers coming in here now saying that they're on live. I'm on live. Maybe reboot it and see if it works. Graham is enjoying a bacon toasty. That sounds nice. Do you put cheese in it with your bacon, Graham? Hello, hello. Well, where do we start? Where do we start, guys? I just want to say a big thank you to the new subscribers on Twitch and on YouTube. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, or check to see if you're still subscribed. But yes, we are going to delve deep tonight, and for new people coming in, it's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church, where I invoke the angels in for you. So if you're worried about anybody or any situation, you can write the name in the comment section and you will receive the healing or the prayers that you need. Okay? Even if you're worried about a person, persons, or an animal, anything, any situation, just write the name in the comment section and you will receive the angel protection and prayers. It's a bit like coming to a spiritualist church. Can you hear us okay, guys? Because I know the audio has been a bit strange recently. Or should I say the internet? Healing and protection for the world, of course. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Maggie. I don't feel so. I would need to sit and do a reading, but I don't get that. Oh, thank you. Well, I've never had time to wash my hair tonight. So I've just scrunched it and stuck some gunk in it. Because I just didn't have time. Sometimes a girl just has to do what they have to do. Oh, thank you, Border Collie. So, updates on Cat. Kitty is doing really, really well. My mother's doing really well, thank you. Yeah, everybody's doing okay. and I'm just plodding along. I get tired days, but I'm actually okay. People think, oh, because I rung my bell that it's all over and done with, but I still have like the immunotherapy every month, and it can be quite heavy going. Do you know what I mean? I can get tired really, really easy. My appetite's through the roof. I try to eat healthy as I can. Obviously, you know that I don't smoke now, so yeah, I'm always eating something. But I try and eat as healthy as I can. But I just have to take it. I just take it day by day, guys. I really, really do. But anybody will tell you who's gone through what I've gone through. With the HER2 breast cancer, you've got to be taking a load of hormonal tablets afterwards, and it can make you really, really tired. Little Zizi's doing fine. She's been back to the country vets just last week, and she's had her new nails put on. I'll show you. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, I've got a little black cat what had started to pull her fur out because she had dermatitis, but she's the infection in her skin has gone now. She's on the mend, and there's been a remarkable breakthrough. The vet put her on this new cream, and it's got it's got the balm of a Norwegian pine tree, and it's good for healing, that type of thing, and it's really helped her. So yeah, the infection's gone and she's on the mend. But I'll show you the latest of her nails. Don't laugh, guys. She's such a drama queen. So she's got, this is a French manicure. Can you see? Her white nails there. It works. So when they stick the nails on, it means that she can't injure herself so much. It's quite the in thing what they do now. But she's doing okay. She really, really is. She's such a funny little girl. So yeah, that's the latest there. She's hilarious. So is the other one as well. So Judy Davis here in the audience on YouTube. I have immunotherapy every month too. Oh, bless you. And you have Lipazo twice a month. It's a chemotherapy drug. And how do you feel, Judy? Do you feel tired? People think because if you don't lose your hair, you're fine. But not necessarily the case. You can still feel like crap. Do you know what I mean? And sick and God knows whatever. But yeah, I seem to manage my sickliness okay, to be perfectly fair. I eat a lot of mints and stuff like that, and I've had to try and eat clean because I do sometimes binge and have things I shouldn't have, and then I feel dreadful afterwards. You like the video, Zizi? Yeah. Well, I had to quit smoking. It was no good. You know what I mean? You get tired, Judy. That's what I get like, Judy. Really, really tired. Hazeltine, that is interesting. So Hazeltine put here in the audience, I never lost my hair, ended up not being able to walk. Well, I've had trouble walking with my joints and my knees and that. That's been the pains from the Herceptin, the drug that I take. Horrendous pains in my legs and trouble walking. I've been reassured that once I stop the drug that it'll go away. I'm bloody hoping so, like. But what else can I do? I'm nearly halfway through. It'll be next May when it all stops. And then, of course, I just take a tablet for 5 years afterwards. You just got to keep positive, haven't you? But I've already been back to the hospital because I found lumps and bumps and they said it was scar tissue. So, yeah, I've just... I think any little nickel pain or anything, you just worry, don't you? You quit smoking too, yeah? So what's it called when you get the pains in your hands? You can get it with chemotherapy as well, and in your feet where you can't bend your hands. Is it neuropathy or something? I don't know what it's called. And that's what I've had. Horrendous. like horrendous pains in the feet and in the hands. Neuropathy, that's what I've suffered greatly with. You get that, Franco? God, it's like Casualty Ward 10 in here, isn't it? Yeah, so that's been the biggest thing that I've like struggled with. Helen here in the audience had triple negative breast cancer. Oh, God bless you. And I take it that you're through it now. Is that right, Helen? Because I feel you're there. Yeah, it's like side effects even from the contraceptive pill, isn't it? So Snow Owl here has put Lycia is a prescription that can help with that. I know I'm going to gabapentin. I didn't really want to go down that pathway, but I'm going to go and have a word with the doctor when I see her next week, actually, the oncologist. So it seems like it's quite a popular thing, isn't it? Skyza, that is awful. I'm going to look into a lot of stuff tonight. I know it's like it's awful what's going on at the minute, isn't it? So I'm going to be looking into a lot of Parliament stuff as well, not just the US. I've had messages asking people asking us if I look into Keir Starmer and what's going on there. Lots of people need lots of healing. Oh, thank you. Do I look very royal? I don't feel it. Mystery's just put I look very royal. Say sausage. We're going to look into say sausage, yes. What's that about the sausages? I don't understand. It just shows I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. Where's my little bell gone? I'm just reading some of your comments here. They're going up really, really quickly. So I'm growing my hair again, guys. I can't help it. I'm going to, I think I'm going to grow it down into like sort of like a fluffy sort of spiky bob. And just take it from there. Take it from there. Of course, these bloody new tablets I'm on, it says that it can cause hair loss, and I'm thinking, God, I hope not. But then I think that's just overall. I don't think it's like a definite. Do you know what I mean? So you've just got to try and keep positive, haven't you? Keir Starmer said, I will release the sausages instead of hostages. That's so funny. In a press conference, he must have had sausages on his mind. In one way or one. We'll have to look into that one. That's so funny. That's so funny. Okie dokie. Where's my cup of tea? Apparently there's been a chemical plant explosion in Georgia. Dearie me. That's awful, Hazeltine. Well, I'm going to look into this Lord Ali. I need to look into Lord Ali. If anybody doesn't know who Lord Ali is, he's a lord. Connected with Parliament, apparently. And there's talks that something's going on with him and Keir Starmer. So I'm going to look into that. Freedom of speech has definitely been attacked all over, isn't it? Right, let's start. We've got 662 viewers in. And let's start, okay? May peace be with you all. Let's start with the circle of light. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I'm laughing about the sausages. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I mean, good God. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, and Ra. Anybody who would like to come forth from the spirit world, the animal kingdom, the fairy elementals, the angel realm, star beings, who can give us true answers tonight with love and light, love and light, love and light, and that everybody receives the healing that they need. Amen. Don't forget to write your name in the comment section if you need that healing. God bless. Jane, Louise, Trump met with Starman last week. Interesting. Right. Sit back and relax. I've got my looking glass as well. She's here. We'll be looking into that as well. So, let's get straight into it. Where should we go first? Trump said he didn't want to meet him. You just don't know what to believe anymore, do you, really? Crazy times. I'm going to pull 7 cards out. Excuse me. For what is going on with Sir Ali and Mr. Starmer. Sausages' lives matter. Okay, I've got an itch on my back. You know, you can't reach it. Let's put that over there. A lot of people have been having a lot of problems with family matters and stuff like that. I think it's got a lot to do with the planets in ascension, which I'm going to talk about tonight as well. I'm going to pull 7 cards out to see what is going on with these sirs, these lords. These lords. All is not what it seems. Okay, that's what I want to say tonight. All is not what it seems. What we see on the surface, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. So when he walked into, oh no, he's at the White House there. When he walked into number 10 with his wife waving, I get showcase. I feel it's not as happy as what you think it is. Does that make sense? When the lovers cards come out, it normally means that, in my eyes, I would say that there's something huge to come out. There's something huge, some huge scandal to come out. We've got a lot of judgment to come out, and it's upside down, so it's going to be something what's going to be huge to do with this situation. I've got the Temperance there. So I'm getting to see what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And where we had PartyGate with Boris Johnson and everything, you know, in the lockdowns and that, and how they were taking the pee out of the British public, you know, when it was all caught on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp scandal and everything, PartyGate. I think this is far bigger. What's about to really come out. Do you know what I mean? And I feel there's going to be a lot of arguments and shocks with this. We've got the 5 of Wands. We've got the 7 of Cups. So I would say that there's something huge to come out within the 2. Possibly 2 days. Let's have a look. So I'm getting a very feminine feeling tonight. And I've got the Queen of Wands here. Queen of Wands. And I would say that there's a woman, I want to say it's not just to do with the UK, it's to do with the US as well. There's a very feminine energy what's on the rise, and there's a lot of scandals to come out where women are going to be saying stuff. And we've just had that recent stuff what's been happening with Donald Trump, with different women coming out with the new ads and stuff like that. But you've got something to come out which is shocking, and it's to do with UK Parliament, okay? So, and it reminds us of scandal. Oh God, what was she called? Christina, the prostitute. I think it was from a real story in the past, to do with where, I think it was in the 60s, wasn't it? And it was a prostitute, and she was Christine Keeler, is that right? There was her and another blonde woman, wasn't it? And they were having it with different members of Parliament, I believe, Christine Keeler. I'm seeing another situation like that coming. But we're not in the hip swinging 60s where it was all very retro. This is far more seedier. This is and it's funny when we're talking about, somebody's put here, Raina will be rubbing her hands and flapping her gills. What Graham's put here in Twitch. But I believe that, I want to predict tonight, I'm just going to double check with the cards, I don't think that Starmer's going to be in long, and I think it's going to be pushed out by the people within the party, not so much the British people. I think there will be voting what will come early, but I think that she's going to replace and come in there, because I'm sure I said a little while back that there'll be a woman who will hit and go into Parliament with red hair with a loud voice, long before I knew about her. Do you know what I mean? Let's have a look. Let's double check this. Mind you, I do see a thinnish man as well, but what I am getting for definite is, nevertheless, I'm getting it really, really strong that Keir Starmer will not be in long. Let's just double check on this, what's coming out here. And what I like about the tarot is that it's like it unfolds like a story, you know. But I go on, I'm an intuitive reader, so I go on my intuition as well. So we've got, it's funny when I look at the hyphenate there and the Emperor, I'm actually getting Parliament, and I can hear them saying, silence! And it's like, they're all like going at it. And I can see Boris, he's like, he looks purple, like angry, like the Tories look angry, and they're all going at the Labour people. But I get a lot of shame to coming around Keir Starmer. And it's something what everybody's going to be talking about. And this is predictions, by the way, all right? In case there's any smart asses out there who want to just try and like report us for misinformation. I'm a predictor. I predict situations, okay? Psychic predictions. But we've got the Emperor here. And I'm actually getting that he's on his way out, this guy. He's not going to be in long. He's not been really well liked by the British people. As you know, I'm a shaman healer as well. I don't talk about it much because, because it's all private sittings that I do. And if you want a sitting, I'll put the link in the description afterwards and you can always contact us. But I do shamanic healing. And I look at Starmer, like I've got this with Trump ones as well. It's like the energies, it's like the hatred towards them. And, everybody's feeling it, no matter if you like them or you don't like them. All right. So I get really, really strongly that he's feeling it. He's feeling it. But it's like he's worried about something. He's worried. What's he worried about? He's worried about his money. I know you had all that hoo-ha going on where you had pretty son, wasn't it? In I don't know the whole ins and outs, but he had paid money or something, wasn't it, for his tuition or something in the lockdowns or something. He's worried about something. And there's something to come out with payment slips, bank statements, something to be leaked. And I see a woman. There's a woman. I've got the Magician card upside down, so I think the sun's going to jump on this, the different papers, the tabloids, and I think it's going to get very twisted. But there's always no smoke without fire. Do you know what I mean? But I actually do feel that I see that other Lord, Ali. What's going on between them two? What's going on in number 10? What is going on in number 10? And of course he's got a new cat, hasn't he? It's not the same as Larry. Downing Street always has a cat. And he's gone and got himself a new cat. Right, I've just asked what's going on between the two lords. Lord Starmer, Lord Ali. And I'm getting, love is in the air, do 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 do, love is in the air, do 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 do. So are they good friends or what? Money, deals, bribery, and money and deals. Bribery, money and deals. Secret meetings. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Text messages or emails, there's something to come out. Yeah, Larry the cat in number 10 was there a long time. They always have a cat there for mousing. But everybody liked Larry. Everybody visited all the different, presidents and that. Everybody liked Larry. Yeah, but, then apparently Larry passed away. And now they've got another cat. But there you go. Just thought I would say that. We've got the strength card here. So when I look at the strength card, I would say that there's something to be released here, and I think it's quite shocking. So he was living with this guy, wasn't he? And I believe that he was the two lords were living together in the lockdown. Correct me if I'm getting this wrong, you'll have to comment. But I believe that's what was going on. And I definitely feel... This is crazy. I'm smelling alcohol. I'm definitely smelling alcohol. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people were drinking alcohol in the lockdowns and that, weren't they? So he was in a mansion with him. We've got jumpers here. Okay. Something's been hidden. Something's been brushed underneath the carpet. Something isn't talked about. You're getting bribery with money as well. That's coming through really, really strong. A lot of money here. Bribery. Skullduggery. Got the Star card. Wait a minute. We've got the Sun. They're nice cards, actually. And we've got the Devil. I mean, obviously, these are good cards, right? If you're reading it, it depends how you're reading it. But because of the situation what I'm asking about, I get... Like, you just don't know somebody, do you? Until you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes until, if you could be a fly on the wall type of thing. But I'm getting like, is it called S&M? Is that what it's called? Where people are into like whipping and all of that type of thing. You know, like you've got, what is it called? People who are like, give us a take, as I really don't know, you know, like whipping and all of that type of thing. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting sort of secret sexy parties. You know, like where they put the chains around each other, and it reminds us a bit like Nancy Pelosi's partner with the hammer thing, but a little bit more than that. Do you know what I mean? Is that what it's called? Dominatrix? I really don't know. 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, well, with 50 Shades of Grey, that was like a sexy woman and a sexy man. I don't get that. I get... This sounds really, really strange, right? And I've got to be very, very careful what I'm saying. Because you know what it's like over here in the UK. But you had all that, you know, the famous This Morning host and all his carry on. It's that energy that I'm getting. And it's, and he was, you know, there was talks that he was with a younger man. But nothing ever came of it and he lost his job. You know who I'm going on about. Mr. Schoolfield. But this is a different situation. This is the moon. We've got deceit. So like again, this is somebody who isn't openly gay, but they're like could be hiding that way type of thing. I just feel it's as if that there's something to come out and but I'm also getting something about transactions, paper, money, and something to do with overseas. I want you to remember that. It's coming out really, really strong. Really, really strong. I just want to double check this. So... is it possible that they have been lovers or done something? Mm-hmm. Oh yes. Oh good God, yes. God, I don't know how to say this. Do you know what I mean? I've got to be so careful. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't make sense, that. Because I see something between them. I'm talking about the Prime Minister, Maggie. And another load. But then I'm also feeling, how do I put this? How do I explain this? Because I don't want to like come over as insulting or anything like that. But, okay. Sorry. Sorry. God, you can tell I'm going through the menopause, don't you? I'm like, remember that Les Dawson with the Les Dawson the sketch when he was doing in the garden with that other older guy and that they dressed up as older women and they were talking. Right. What a lesbian would use on another lesbian, do you know what I mean? Like a contraption thing. I don't know why I'm seeing one of them, and I don't know why. I must be very naive. Why would another man use that on another man? That doesn't make sense. I don't know what I'm getting at. That does not make sense. It's really, really weird. Yes, Marilyn. But why would I see another man using it on another man? When they wouldn't have to use one of them, would they? Because we'd already have that dingly bit anyway. Doesn't make sense. Why would I see him using one of them? That doesn't make sense. Unless he hasn't got a real one. It just doesn't make sense. I'm going to put these... It doesn't make sense, does it? It's like it's all going to come out. But what I am getting, there's definitely something coming out, and it's quite scandalous. Yeah. It's maybe it's properly never proven, but there will be something which is going to insinuate something like that. It just doesn't make sense, does it? Yeah, but if a man's going to use it on another man and they've already got their own dangly bit, where would they put it? How? I'm very confused here. Because how would they fit it on then? It doesn't make sense, does it? How have we got into this conversation? Let's put them back together again. Where does the woman come in? There's a woman to come out here. According to these cards here, one man's not a man, one man's a woman or pretending to be a woman or a man. It doesn't make sense, right? And I know this can't be proven, but it's seen here that a man's not a man or pretending to be a man. It's something what's going to happen or something what's going to come out. The other thing that it could be is that there's a woman to come in on the play action here who looks a bit mannish. Because you just don't know these days, do you? You really, really don't. So if we've got a woman who looks a little bit mannish, that could be why that thing's used. Does that make sense? Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? What I'm getting is I'm getting contraptions. Just remember, contraptions. That's what I'm getting. Pieces of instruments which are used in the most inappropriate places. And there's something definitely to come out here. But that's something what... A scandal is a scandal with a sex scandal, but it's not enough to stop somebody being in Parliament. There's something else coming, and I'm getting something about letting the country down or bribes, something that should not have been done. Bribes for, like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I want to know if there's been parties or it's just been two, maybe it's two people. Let me get a cup of tea. I think I need a little bit something more stiffer, no, stronger than a cup of tea. Dearie me. You've got to bring humour into it, haven't you? Let's have a look. Is it just been them two? No, there's been other people. I think we're looking at sexy parties here. So that would make sense. It's something bigger than PartyGate, but it's like sexy parties. And that's why I was getting that Christine Wheeler. I was getting, so maybe there is women involved as well type of thing. I tell you what this also reminds us of, the film Eyes Wide Shut. I don't know if anybody's seen that film where you've got Tom Cruise in it. Good film. Nicole Kidman. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's an oldish film. And I'm getting that energy. So I think this is going on, and I've talked about this before. You know how you've got, like, people have said, oh, you know, tunnels and rescuing the kids and all of that. I've always felt in the UK alone, there's like sort of secret mansion parties where they get dressed up and they do stuff, and, you know, and it's all dominatrix and all of that type of thing. And they're all at it. Royals, the lot, you know, they've all been at it at some point. And that's what I'm getting. Do you know what I mean? Rich places, rich sort of mansions, and this was a mansion where he was staying. So I think that the higher you go up that Masonic ladder, I think that it's like they do all sorts of things. Do you know what I mean? So it's all going on over here. It's not just going on over, where was that place in America where they were going to or something? Where was that place? But they're doing it over here, you know what I mean? So there's stuff to come out there, but that's not going to be enough to stop him being Prime Minister. It's something else where he's going to be pushed out. I'm just going to double check this. So this is really the swamp completely draining, like. Got the Temperance. I actually get satanic ritual kind of situations as well. Now, I'm not saying that's with everybody, but I think they do go on. I mean, it's never went away. It's Satanism went underground, and because now we are in the great spiritual awakening, it's like everybody can just be who they want to be. And of course, you know, it's because it's such this free will world. You know, it's not just about Christianity. It's about the Satanists want to just be open about it. And they are open about it now. I'm going to look into Diddy's parties as well. So, which I don't normally cover, but I'm going to cover this tonight. Because I think it's important to cover it, even though it's low vibration, because I think it's part of the cleanup. Does that make sense? It's important. Right, because it's bringing everything to the forefront. And the reason why I've covered this to do with Starmer is because I personally don't feel he's going to be in long. That's what I feel psychically. Bohemian growth, that's it. So it's not just going on there, it's going on over here, it's going on everywhere. All right, Europe, everywhere. So we've got, when I've asked about satanic rituals, it is so going on, and it reminds us of the E Island, you know, there was things going on there, and I covered that before. I've got to be so careful what I say, because when I've covered it before, I did this video. It was really, really good. I did a remote viewing on the island, and I got bloody done for bloody cyberbullying against him. I mean, the bloody man was a bloody dangerous man. Do you know what I mean? And then Have as well. She got imprisoned, and I mean. So it just goes to show that, you know, that they were sticking up for these criminals. But anyway, never mind. Enough's enough. What I'm saying to you is, I get that energy. And what I had said in this remote viewing about the island was that I could see young ladies running for their lives. They got them onto the island, and then they got trapped, and then they couldn't get off. And they were using them in some sort of satanic rituals. And if I could be on that island, I am telling you now, and I could take the FBI there, I could literally show the FBI where the bodies are of little babies and stuff like that. That I'm telling you, that's what's there, right? Because they were doing awful things with babies coming out of women freshly, and then they were doing awful things, satanic things, and it was going on there. It was definitely going on there. And I do not feel ashamed by saying it, all right? I've got my cross on here, and, you know, and I think that it needs to be talked about. But what I'm saying to you very, very strongly is that that was very brushed underneath the carpet, and all of a sudden he was dead, and then that was it. Bye-bye, Epstein, that was it. But he had to go. It was convenient. They had to get rid of him because of the names that he was going to blow out the bag. Then you had the other situation to do with the Microsoft guy. Not the Microsoft guy. Who was it? The guy who died. I can't think of his name. Patrick Bet David, I like him. He's on Entertainment TV. He's done some remarkable videos. I think he's a great guy. He went and interviewed him before he died, and he went to his house with some other. He interviewed him anyway, and the guy was very, very paranoid, and it was like he felt like he was going to get killed and all of this. John McAfee. Now, that was a dodgy situation. And then there was the building what went down. I think he had the tapes. And they still can't find the tapes. Let's just check. So it's one big network. But over here alone, I know that, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You can have this television TV program. You can do this, you can do that. If you do this, you come to this party, you can have fun. Get off your face, snort some cocaine. And hey ho, there you go. Your next thing you know, you're in an orgy and you're getting recorded. But what was going on over on the A Island was a lot more darker. They're still doing big cleanups. What was the question? What was the question? Where was I turning them over again? Can you tell us, please? So it's all connected. The whole thing is connected. That was it. So the tapes are on the loose. And then, of course, you had Diddy with his tapes. That's a completely separate thing. You see, so we're all on our own individual journeys. And, of course, there'll be people who've done wicked things who'll be on their own individual journeys as well. It doesn't mean they're connected. Some are connected, some aren't connected. Does that make sense? So there's a lot of stuff to come out here. got the Queen of Swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. I want to see that there's a few whistleblowers to come forward here, and there's a few women to come forward. There's more stuff to come out, I would say, to do with Trump. There's more stuff going to be released. Watch for that. I'll get to that in a minute. But what I'm getting very strongly is that there's going to be huge news coming out to do with around Keir Starmer with Parliament. I'm just going to check something. Is McAfee definitely in the spirit world? Because some people say that he's still alive. Is McAfee definitely in the spirit world? But that Diddy is definitely done, yeah, Marilyn, definitely. Well, he had a woman, didn't he? And she's like mourning. So if he is alive, she really believes he's passed. Does that make sense? But I would have thought if he was alive, he would have blabbed by now. Did he not do some videos? Did he not do some videos since he's passed? He's in hiding. I'm going to say that he's in hiding. Will it ever be proven? You know, there's different timelines here. There really is. And I've got the Judgment Day here. I think that anything's possible for a lot more scandals to come out. I personally don't think he's going to come forth, but I think that he's going to try and release stuff. I think that there will be stuff to be released, tapes to be released still. So everything to do with all the political stuff, what's happening at the minute, it's all just a farce and a show to a bigger thing, what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, yeah, we know that there's an election coming up in 3D. Yes, that's happening. But there's a bigger thing happening behind the scenes. Does that make sense? Diddy. Right, what's going on with Diddy? I think this is skimming the surface to the big sort of part of one of the tentacles of the Epstein thing. I think it's part of one of the tentacles coming off. Their own ring of sorted stuff, what they were doing. Do you know what I mean? Or he was doing, should I say. So he had his own parties and he was doing his own thing. And again, it's like people make that. I'm not saying this is for everybody because it's not for everybody. But some people just they have like a strange flick switch in their head where, you know, there's never enough money, or that just it goes beyond that, and it's like a greed thing, and they don't get that buzz because they've made that much money. So now they've got to go one step further and go into whatever they're up to with their sexual games or whatever they're up to, and to get that high. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that Diddy is a distraction, and I talked about this last year, beginning of the year as well, that there's going to be a situation coming where everything's all going to happen at once that's coming up before the election. It could be the October surprise what's coming in, where it'll be like, don't look over there, look over there. They say boom, boom, boom. Lots of different things are all happening at the same time. And it's events after events, and you'll not know what site to flick on to what news channel, because it's all happening. It's all going to be happening. And I've talked about this for quite a few years now, haven't I? And I think that this is going to hit the peak this October. I really, really do. I really, really do. So Diddy's definitely going down. I don't know where he is now. Has he been arrested? I mean, I don't follow the news or anything. If anybody doesn't know who Diddy is, he's a rapper. All right. But I think that there's big names connected with him as well. And of course, we've got the lovers cards here. So again, there's huge news coming out to do with this. There's more people to blab. But they've not wanted him like they didn't want the E. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happens to Diddy. Let me get a cup of tea. He's in jail in New York. That's where they put that Ghislaine Maxwell as well, didn't they? Like in a woman's jail in New York. But the energies are horrible in there, you know. Like really, really heavy, horrible. Something's going to happen. Let's see if something's going to happen. Like, it just sniffs of, like, you know, it's like before the trial. Something's going to happen because he knows too many big names. Always, always, when a situation like this happens, it's because the people, the controllers behind the scenes, don't want things to come out to protect the other ones, which have been up to their satanic rituals and what they've been doing. We've got the Justice card here. Oh my God, but we've got the Justice card upside down with the Knight of Pentacles, which I believe is him as the dark-haired man, which is Diddy. Now, normally the upside down Justice is injustice, but obviously there's definitely been stuff what's happened. There's definitely been stuff what's happened. And I definitely feel there's been that ritualistic energy as well. Again, I'm getting torture chambers. I'm getting that sort of like ties up, and I think it goes a little bit far than whipping. I think it goes a bit more than that. It's I really do think that I think there's some names where they're freaking out because they don't want to be brought into it, because they've been there at these parties or they've done stuff. We are Rosebud. I like that. We are entering now into the time of the White Dragon. Everything flips. But we are also, today is St. Michael's Day, Archangel Michael. And so you've got to manifest what you really, really want, and it will come true. It's been about money. There's been bribes and money connected. I definitely feel a sorceress energy going on there. A sorceress energy. With the upside down magician, I'm feeling there's satanic. There's like a satanic energy there. Is he gonna go? Suddenly go. Watch for it coming on news. Something suddenly will happen. It's the cleanup. And like I said to you before, not all names are mentioned. You know how you've got certain people in the truth community, or as they call it, the truth community, which I sometimes question. But when they talk about, oh, you know, this has happened and this one's going to get more and that one's going to get more. And I've always said, like, not all will be proven. It'll not all be proven. So sometimes if people get away with things here, you know, they don't get away with things when they go back over and they meet their maker, when they go back to source, God. I just think that there's a higher power than what's going on here. Do you know what I mean? Right. For October, on the overall, are we going to be witnessing lots of different scenarios all happening at the same time? And I just want to see what it is. This is so interesting. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles and we've got the King of Wands, and I believe that's Kamala Harris in Donald Trump, right? We've got the Page of Pentacles. There's a younger person to come forth with something. Younger person? Actually, I'll tell you who I'm getting. I'm actually getting some big news to do with around J.D. Vance. So we'll possibly watch for that. We've got the Tower coming out here. So there's Kamala Harris. There's Donald Trumpy boy. Page of Pentacles coming in with news, something coming out. October surprise. There's going to be scandals to come out to do with investing of money, and I don't know if that's to do with Trump's campaign or Kamala's campaign, or there's something coming out. I'm inclined to say it's Trump's campaign, but you never know. You never know. The shit is about to hit the fan. That's huge. The Tower there. It's all ready to come out. I'm seeing convictions. I'm seeing something huge happening. I see shocks. I see something huge happening around Donald Trump. He doesn't look well, right? But then again, I'm not surprised everything what's happening at the minute, but there's something huge going to happen around him. That's his kids. I believe that's the Knight King of Swords. I believe that's Kennedy. We've got the Six of Pentacles and we've got the Seven of Swords. So within the month, which I think it's going to take way to around about Halloween. Something huge is coming. And I'm hearing the in my head, it's on news, and it's something about Trump having to go somewhere, or what does seeking asylum mean? I don't understand. Seeking asylum. And then I'm seeing Trump's face, and I don't know if that's connected or it's interlinked. What does seeking asylum mean? Sanctuary. I think there's going to be a problem where they're going to try and convict him on something, and I don't know if there's threats with imprisonment or what. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's talked about. It's definitely talked about. Seek an asylum is another country to be safe from persecution. That's what I'm being shown. It's come through really, really strong. To leave the USA. There's going to be a lot of conflict. It's going to get worse before it gets better. We've got the judgment. Remember the 5th of November. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. But there's more scandals to come out. And I'm seeing Russia. I'm getting something to do with something about hush money. There's something huge to come out. And I'll tell you who else I'm seeing as well. I'm seeing, oh God, I've just gone all funny. It's Jared Kushner, his son-in-law. And I've just seen something about that deal that he made with Saudi Arabia. There's something huge coming out with that as well. There's a lot to happen by the next full moon. And I don't know what the next full moon's in, but by God, what's coming out to do with around Jared Kushner is going to be shocking. But I'm being given in my head that they sold out the American people. They sold out the American people. Remember the words. Remember them words. And I'm getting the numbers 17, number 10 and 11. But 10 and 11 could also be October, November. Do you see what I mean? So what I want to say to you is all that's going on. There's also stuff going on at the same time over in the UK, right? And something to do with the past. We've got to backtrack to the past. There's something to come out to do with what Boris did or he didn't do, and it's got something to do with around Brexit. Something what happened around Brexit. At the same time, there's going to be something brought in from the past to do with the past case. In old cases, what will be reopened, it's all interlinked, but it's going to go right the way back. Full circle, backtrack. I don't know if it's to do with the Muller case or it's to do with other things, but there's a British connection as well. The Steele dossier. This is huge. Huge. As I said that, I think Adam fell out the bed. Good God. Did you hear that bang? Anything on the January the 6th? I think there's going to be a repeat performance, to be fair. If Trump doesn't get in, there'll be a repeat performance. Definitely. Oh, Adam's fine. We've got the Magician. It's going to be boom, boom, boom. One thing after another. So I'm actually seeing late at night. I've seen this for a long, long time. Sometimes when I'm getting visions, I can like read a few years out. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're given visions from the spirit, there's no such thing as linear time. I mean, they could be giving me a vision what's 10 years down the line. Because spirit isn't working in linear time. But it's a vision late at night in this FBI, and they're around a big posh house, which could be Mar-a-Lago, unless it's another big posh house. Remember that. Where there'll be 2 mansions, there'll be 3. Something about a golf course, what's going to come out as well. Money. what was hidden away. I'm going to get my crystal ball out in a minute. Money that was hidden away. This is what my guides are saying. Foreign affairs. Lots of money was hidden away. Finding the paper trail. I like what Marilyn Planets put there. Old Betty Davis movie quote, "Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy ride, a bumpy night." In Fast and Furious, our heads will be spinning. Yeah, I think there's a big cleanup happening, and I think the cleanup's going to hit a peak before the US election and just after the US election. So what we need to do is we need to do the inner work. It has to happen. Everything has to come out. As we ascend, so is the US. She's ascending. Gaia, Mother Earth, Planet Earth, she's ascending. Let's put these back together again. I'm just going to pull some cards out on Jared Kushner. Should we do that? And then a quick check-in again to the next election, and then I'm going to look into see what the crystal ball has to say. Oh, we've got jumpers here. We've got 4 jumpers. Jared Kushner, whatever he did to do with the Saudi deal, it was a deal, but it was tying something up that Donald Trump had already done. I know that sounds a little bit cryptic, but I think it'll come out at some point. I'm actually feeling, this is horrible, right? But I can see Donald Trump under the spotlight in a big court case. I don't know when. I don't know if they can get away with doing that before the election or after the election. I really don't bloody know. But Kushner's getting dragged in on it. Kushner's definitely getting dragged in on it. I've just had Rudy Giuliani's face there, and there's some big news coming around him as well. Big news. Right, so going back to that deal that Kushner made with the Saudi deal, we're talking billions, aren't you? Billions. It just makes me laugh, all these people with their billions of dollars, and then there's the us normal everyday folk struggling to pay bills, and it just heavily taxed and all of that, and they're not heavily taxed. And exile, they're giving me exile. I want you to remember that. I'm not saying that's when or if or who, but it's linked to do with Trump. It's linked to do with Kushner. They're giving us exile. And of course, what Patricia's put here, many investors have not received any returns from their investments. Yeah. I totally agree, Rosebud. And of course, Kushner's office is 666 Fifth Avenue, New York. I mean, you can't get it. You can't write this, can you? It's crazy. It's like a scary movie, isn't it? There's Kushner. And he's got quite a feminine voice, hasn't he? Let me get a cup of tea. Hasn't he got quite a feminine voice for being a bloke? He's not very yang, is he? I don't think she's totally happy. I really don't feel Ivanka's totally happy in that relationship. I think there's corruption on both sides, but like I'm covering Kushner tonight. That's a good question. Michelle 7. I will ask the question, is Jared a biological man? Let's see. Ooh. Why do you give us these questions to ask? Puts me on the spot. It really does. My instinct is saying yes, it is. But then I pulled that card out, the star, and then look at it. It's the one with the boobs. Get the boobies. Outer space, man, that's a strange one. Very privileged. I think that she picked him because of the money and everything. I mean, they're all as bloody tarred with the same brush as me, and I would say. You know, she wasn't going to marry just a taxi driver or something, was she? She had to have a rich man, like her dad. But I don't think that... I don't know. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna say that he possibly is a bloke, but a very... feminine type of bloke. Do you know what I mean? But a bloke anyway. That's what's coming up there. Anyway, let's get the crystal ball. I actually do believe that what I'm getting very strong tonight is exile. Remember that, right? In shocks to come. To do with another country, to do with a famous other politician, something to do with a signature. You're not going to be able to deny the signature. That's what's coming out. There's scandals to come out to do with the... I'm not so sure if it's the Trump Tower or it's Jared interlinked within the Trump industry thing. But it's something to come out. And it's interesting what Jennifer put here in YouTube. Kushner and Ivanka stepped back away from politics after the Saudi deal. You're talking criminal here. I don't care what's going on. I'm telling you, there's something very dodgy and criminal. What they've done, and it's something to come out. Very dodgy. The end result of it all isn't going to be what you think it's going to be, and it's all going to when it comes to the end result for Trump, it's not going to be the way you think it's going to be. And it's like he's just going to poof and go. And I don't know, I can't explain it. One minute Trump's there, the next minute he's not. Now you can take that many different ways, what I'm saying. But it's a strange situation. It's like 1 minute he's there, the next minute he's not. And there's nothing nobody can do about it. But one thing's for certain, he's never going to be forgotten. And I do still predict he's going to be on coin. I know he's got his own coin, but I think that... There he is, King of Wands. There she is again, Queen of Pentacles. It's going to be a close situation. But I see sadness around him. But I'm not so sure if it's at the election or before the election. Is it October? Eh, my good God. Eh, Lord have mercy. Eh, oh my God. Right, so that's like somebody lying on a slab. But it could just be the ending of it all. Do you know what I mean? It might just be October, November. All right. Whatever happens, Robert Kennedy's going to have a lot to say on the matter. I can see him very much in the limelight and talking a lot about the situation. There he is there. And then again, this is really, really strange. I've got like a mourning of it all. It could be the MAGA's mourning. It could be the mourning of everything. It's like the new... But that's really strange. When I look at that, I'm actually seeing like something happening huge to do with the money, the market, the US dollar. And they'll blame Trump because they always do. But there's something coming. Let's get the crystal ball. Very weird. Some people are just going to go and some people are just going to change. And when I talk about that, this is will predictions, guys. I can't ask the crystal ball. It's just the visions that I'm seeing. I'm feeling like Trudeau is just going to come out of politics. And his heart's not really in it. He hasn't been in it for a long, long time. Controlled robot. Questionable. He's another one. He's that same energy that I'm getting, what I was getting with our Prime Minister, with the sexy parties and that. I've picked up on this before, haven't I, with Trudeau? So I think it's all a front where they're looking like happy with their wives or whatever. I don't think it's the case. Secret lives. My crystal ball's saying it's not who he's not who you think he is, but he's just gonna step down or slip away. I really do believe that he's fed up and he wants to be out of it. It's like the spotlight's gonna go elsewhere. So I actually think that he's got some sort of secret love. going back to our Prime Minister, I don't think he's with his wife. He swings both ways, you know. Just that I would say that. It's coming out really, really strong, that's what I say. Both of them. Canadian and the UK. You just never know anybody, really, do you? You just never know. I mean, Nana used to say that all the time. You just don't really know. I don't know why the crystal ball's showing me this, but I just think it's like identity politics. That's what's coming up. Maybe you've got to be like a certain person, or you've got to be like, you know, Mr. and Mrs., or look a certain way, be a certain way. And of course, it's all changing now. Do you know what I mean? That's so funny. Yeah, that's so funny. But I think that I think with Trudeau, I think that it's winter months when there's going to be massive changes there. I'm getting the 22nd, the 20th, the 9th, where there'll be big news with the bridge. There's going to be changes with Trudeau. Okay, again, it might sound very cryptic, but it'll all fall into place there. Just get a cup of tea. I just think when I try to climb, it's very hard to climb into Trudeau's head in this crystal ball, you know, because it's not like a human sort of energy. It's really weird. I get like robotic synth energy. But anyway, it could just be his personality. Doesn't mean he's a synth. But I get this feeling of forced to do what he doesn't want to do, trying to change, wants to come out of it. But I do think he's going to go very much in with the WAF. I think that there's other things that he's going to get into. The world's going to change a lot within 10 years. Well, it'll be unrecognisable. And it's all about saving the planet into the near future. This is after we have a near, which they want, excuse me, WAR 3 situation. And as you know, recently we've just had the situation with Israel's just gone and bombed the head of, what they're called again? It's in Iran, isn't it? What they've gone and bombed. But of course, they bombed the public as well. Lebanon. But you've taken people, you know, what they're not supposed to do. It's horrible. And I think that this could cause more problems. And I said this, you know, so it's still going on in Ukraine and Russia. It's still all going on. And then you've got the East fighting that way, and then you've got the East fighting the other way, and then the West in the middle. Hezbollah, that's it. Getting that hymn again. Do 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 do. In these ancient times. I just worry I worry for an explosion. We are rewriting history. We are rewriting the new book. I'm telling you now, we are. It's all about the money. It's all about the greed. So all these bloody leaders, they're all just fighting against each other. It's all about the gold. So yeah, they may have killed the leader of Hezbollah or whatever he's called, but they also killed a lot of innocent people, you know. And there's going to be a near situation here. And for anybody out there what says that Ukraine isn't getting bombed, it is getting bombed, because I've got a very good friend over there who's trying to get out of the country with her kids. And the UK government are actually stopping her. She's a Brit. So, you know, it's not what you think it is. It's very entwined. They're all as bad as each other. Do you know what I mean? A lot of control, a lot of red tape. But very scary. You know, when I'm talking to her and you can hear the bombs in the background. Not good. Not good. Pray that she gets out soon, which I believe she will. And I might even have her on my show, which will be a nice treat for you. Give us 2 minutes. She's a very spiritual, lovely lady. I don't know if she's watching this now. But I doubt it. It'll be quite late over in Ukraine now, won't it? And then I've just got another lovely client who's just come back from Israel, where her husband has just had a heart operation, stents put in from the Israel doctors, and they've done a really good job. I just think the world's gone mad. The rise of Putin, then the fall. A woman with blonde hair, with a face as white as snow. She will be the new Alexandra the Great. A woman's energy will rise the Emperor of Russia once more. And then there is the woman with the pale face and the loud voice. The little woman, Oriental woman. Her voice will bellow through lands when it is snowing. And she will take down the Kim industry. It is the rise of the woman's energy. Many industries will fall and many will change. Not all banks will fall, many will join. It is the fight of the fittest and the strongest. We will still have banks. There will be no Nazara Jazara. We are creating our own Nazara Jazara. It is within ourselves. We are the universe. We are connected to God. We do the inner work, and you create your own new earth. There's a lot of pain and suffering, 24, 25. And it's about we're all being tested. There's a lot of Americans possibly watching this now thinking, you know, it's going to be the end of the world if Trump doesn't get back in, or whoever gets in or doesn't get in. Whatever side you're batting on, I really don't know. But what you need to understand is that there's far bigger things happening. Far bigger things happening. But I am telling you now, it's coming through really, really strong. really strong. It's weird. It's weird. She's gonna get in. No matter if you like her or you don't like her, right? It's gonna be historic because you're talking the first woman president. Be it if you like her or you don't like her, it's gonna happen. But something I just can't put my finger on is going to do something, and it's going to change history. He's going to do something. It doesn't mean that what he does I agree with or I'm for. Remember, I'm a predictor. But what he does is going to change something, and it's going to change for the American people. Because he's not in power, but he's going to do something which is going to change something. I want you to remember that. There will be a breaking down of communications, and it'll be bigger than January the 6th. And within that short time, there will be a new republic formed. But you mustn't worry. For where the lady, the statue, she weeps, she falls, she rises. The tears come out of her eyes, and then she rises. Democracy will live on in the United States of America, and so will the republic, but a new republic. There will be, for a short time, there will be a split. Maybe it's just a disagreement, I'm saying, or a breaking down of communications, but it's only for a short time. She is in there temporary. She's there to catalyst to take the change to bring it further forward. But she will be the first woman president, I'm telling you that now. Very weird. Lots of sparks in this crystal ball tonight. Lots of sparks. Packages, people queuing up. I've seen this before. Packages. I don't think he's going to get in. Like, I really don't. I don't see him there. November is going to be epic. I'm telling you that now. It's going to be. But October's pretty strange as well. At the end of it all, listen to this. Right at the end of it all, when it's all over and done with, and they leave Trump alone, and and whoever is going to be president, there's going to be bigger names. What's going to get into trouble? What's going to be around him or behind him? Alright, remember that. And they're giving us the Dirty Dozen. I don't know what that means. Now, was there a film called The Dirty Dozen? But maybe it's like dozen people or... Big news coming in around Japan. And I also want to say, brace yourself, Japan. There's going to be something to do with another earthquake. When communications go down, this is one of the events. it's like the blackout, which I've talked about. It's like the power outage, should I say, power outage. It's nobody knows what time it is, and it's stolen everything, and it's stolen to do with air travel, air traffic control, something about the air. It's an event. It's something to do with the air. Elon Musk is not who you think he is. And I actually do think that there's going to be investigations with him, you know. It's coming out really, really strong. And I'm getting this song, There's That Starman, do 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 do. David Bowie, isn't it? Is he a starman? Crystal Ball says he could be. He's got that star energy, hasn't he? We've definitely got something coming in here, very extraterrestrial in this crystal ball as well. There's going to be a lot more sightings of strange activity. It's something to do with a sky event. Big news coming in around the royal family. Harry. It's fading out. I'm getting that song. I love that song. It's coming through really strong. And it's Africa by Toto. And what takes place globally, it's going to affect. I really do feel, God forbid, I do feel that we could face some sort of WAR or on the edge of it. And it looks like it's Middle East. I don't feel it's the Putin thing. It's the Middle East. Now, that doesn't mean that he's not connected. I forgot what I was going to say there. The 10th coming in really, really strong. Just think it's huge what we're in at the minute. It's absolutely huge. Africa, that was it. She's going to be the main hub for trade. There's a lot of rich land to take place there. A lot of trade to come in from Africa. So big news to do with India as well and Pakistan. I think there's going to be worries with mudslides, and I still feel that there's worry to do with earthquakes, and I'm getting an earthquake warning around Italy around the boot. The 11th of November, now that's actually Remembrance Day, but it's funny, around about that time there's going to be some big news political coming out, but also the Vatican will make big announcements before the year's out. Okay. And I'm also getting the 5th of January. The 5th of January. Two big industries. I'm not sure they're going to fall or they're going to join. I want to say they're going to join. And I'm very drawn to Disney and Netflix. Is anything else coming in? big news to do with around a black lady celebrity. And I'm going to leave that one with you. In a celebrity with blonde hair in the US as well, female. Is there anything else? Crystal ball. Got that song out my head. There's a starman waiting in the room. I think each and every one of us is assigned to be here in this epic time on earth. We are going to witness the change of the food industry, which has to have a massive clean-up, by the way, especially in the US. Wow. Me Too on Twitch here is just put, a guy on TikTok had over 25 ships over his house. Oh my God, can you send me that video? Email us. People have asked us about Big G, you know, Fuzzy and Mr. Gates, and I don't get much on him. I just think it's just a case of quietly just going into the background type of thing. This is also really weird, you know. I think that I believe there's more than one Antichrist, but I think one of them is going to reveal himself. If not this year, definitely into next. And one of them's got dark hair. Male. I don't know why I'm saying windmills. That's Amsterdam, isn't it? Holland. I think there's going to be a lot of floods this winter. I think there'll be parts of Europe and the UK what could take some heavy rain. But in the end, you're talking a fairer world, a cleaner world, a clean up what's happening now. But never have ever, all this time I've been doing readings, sensed such an extraterrestrial exposure or something coming out about it all. It's huge. And it's something I'll look into the next time. I hope that's helped. That gets heavy, that. And I want to say take care, God bless, and yeah, it's epic. We are in we're living on times on earth where it's very dangerous, exciting, interesting. It's going to be epic on every level. But just remember, when the going gets tough and you're being distracted from so many different things, what's happening, just remember to do the inner work and remember that something bigger is going to happen which will help humanity. And all these greedy politicians, you know, they'll soon come falling down. They'll always be replaced with another sausage lover. But I think that it's just, we have to just try and raise the vibration, keep our humour. Time is definitely speeding up, Teddy. Keep our humour, try and live in the here and the now. I think part of us, of this great spiritual awakening, this ascension that we're in, we struggle against time. That's one of the symptoms. So try to live in the here and the now. Try to nurture yourself and not to panic. You can only do your best. Because I know a lot of you in the audience struggle daily, weekly, be it either from paying your bills to things that we're going through in my family. And all you can do is your best and try to laugh. Because when you laugh, you raise the vibration. And that dark evilness can't win. It just pushes it away. It pushes it away. I hope that's helped. Until the next time, stay safe, stay blessed. And may the force be with you all. And I'll see you all in a bit. Goodbye now. Now, how do you get out here? Oh, yes. Right, see you soon. Bye.